In our modern world, where technology and innovation drive growth, certain business ideas have stood out as not just profitable, but revolutionary. They reshaped entire economies, created new ways of living, and in many cases became so essential that we can't imagine life without them. These are the world's most successful modern business ideas. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's begin with one of the most powerful shifts of our time: e-commerce. There was a time when trade meant physical markets, dusty shelves, and shopping streets filled with buyers and sellers. But then came the idea: what if you could sell goods without a shop, directly through the internet? Jeff Bezos started Amazon by selling books online from his garage. Jack Ma built Alibaba to help Chinese small businesses reach global customers. The idea was simple: remove physical limits, make every product just a click away. And it worked. E commerce turned shopping into a 24/7 experience, and today, trillions of dollars flow through online marketplaces. The lesson here is clear: the most successful ideas often come from solving frustrations. People didn't like wasting hours in queues or being limited by geography, so businesses solved it by putting the market in your pocket. From there, the world saw another wave of success built not on products, but on people. Social media networks transformed human connection into the foundation of billion-dollar companies. Facebook started as a small idea in a dorm room, helping college students connect. It grew into a global network where over 2 billion people share, talk, and interact every day. Instagram gave photos a new meaning, TikTok gave short videos the power to go viral in seconds, and Twitter turned quick thoughts into global conversations. The real genius wasn't just connection, it was turning attention into business. Advertising on these platforms became the most powerful form of marketing in history. Social media teaches us that in the modern world, whoever controls attention controls value. The business idea wasn't simply connect people. The business idea was connect people, then monetize the space where they spend their time. But none of these platforms could have grown without the device that truly reshaped modern life: the smartphone. When Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone in 2007, the world changed. Phones were no longer just for calling. They became cameras, maps, music players, offices, and entertainment devices all in one. And with the App Store, an entirely new business ecosystem was born. Suddenly, developers could build apps, and entire industries grew on this foundation: Uber, WhatsApp, Instagram, and thousands more. Apple and Google realized that success wasn't just selling hardware, it was building an ecosystem people couldn't leave. The smartphone idea shows us that when you create a platform, you don't just build a product, you open the door for countless other businesses to grow around you. As smartphones became central to life, another brilliant business model grew alongside them: subscriptions. For centuries, businesses sold products once and hoped for repeat customers. But the subscription model created stable, predictable revenue streams. Newspapers pioneered it, but companies like Netflix, Spotify, and Adobe perfected it in the digital age. Instead of selling DVDs, Netflix gave people endless entertainment for a monthly fee. Instead of selling music albums, Spotify gave unlimited access to songs. Instead of selling software once, Adobe locked customers into Creative Suites forever. This idea turned customers into lifetime partners. The lesson? Success often comes not from selling more people a product, but from selling the same people ongoing access to something they cannot do without. Speaking of industries that changed everything, the automotive world saw a bold disruption through electric vehicles. For over a century, cars ran on gasoline. Then Elon Musk and Tesla made a bet. What if the future was electric? At first, many laughed. Electric cars were slow, clunky, and unattractive. But Tesla reinvented them, making electric cars fast, stylish, and aspirational. Soon, the entire industry was forced to follow. Governments now support electric mobility, and competitors rush to catch up. The business idea here wasn't simply make electric cars. It was redefine the future of transport and brand it as progress. Tesla shows us that the most successful ideas often sound impossible until someone makes them reality. Another modern business idea reshaping the world is digital payments and fintech. For centuries, people relied on coins, cash, and eventually banks. But carrying money was risky, and banking systems were slow. PayPal made online payments simple. Stripe gave businesses a way to accept payments easily, and apps like Cash App, Venmo, and M-Pesa transformed how people exchange money. In many countries, digital wallets have replaced cash entirely. The core idea was speed and trust. Make money move as easily as sending a text message. Today, billions of transactions flow digitally, and fintech companies are worth more than many traditional banks. The lesson here is that successful ideas often focus on convenience. People don't just want secure payments, they want instant payments. But behind every successful digital business, there's a hidden backbone: cloud computing. For decades, businesses had to buy servers, hardware, and storage. It was expensive, slow, and limited. Then Amazon launched AWS, Google created Google Cloud, and Microsoft built Azure. Suddenly, anyone could rent computing power and storage as easily as turning on a light switch. Startups could scale globally without building physical infrastructure. Streaming, AI, online gaming, and even mobile apps, many wouldn't exist without cloud computing. This business idea worked because it took something costly and complex and made it accessible as a service. The lesson? Some of the greatest business successes come not from flashy products, but from invisible systems that power everyone else's success. Meanwhile, consumer habits were changing, and a new wave of businesses rode this shift: on-demand services. Uber wasn't the first taxi company, but it was the first to make rides appear at the tap of a screen. Airbnb didn't build hotels, but it turned spare bedrooms into an empire. DoorDash, Bolt, Lyft all followed the same model: convenience and access over ownership. The brilliance of these ideas was in connecting supply and demand instantly through technology. They didn't own the cars or the rooms, they owned the platform. The lesson? You don't have to own everything to dominate an industry. Sometimes the best business idea is to simply connect people who need something with those who can provide it. But as industries grew, one looming issue became impossible to ignore: sustainability. And this gave rise to another of the world's most successful modern ideas: renewable energy. For centuries, humanity depended on coal and oil, but the cost to the planet became clear. Solar, wind, and battery storage aren't just environmental solutions, they are massive businesses. Companies building solar farms, producing wind turbines, or innovating in battery technology are becoming some of the fastest growing firms in the world. Governments are investing heavily, and public support ensures constant demand. Renewable energy is successful not just because it's profitable, but because it aligns with the future needs of humanity. The lesson? The greatest ideas often solve not just customer problems, but global ones. And finally, perhaps the most transformative business idea of our time: artificial intelligence. For decades, AI was a dream in science fiction, but companies like OpenAI, DeepMind, and NVIDIA turned it into reality. AI now powers chatbots, medical diagnostics, finance, self-driving cars, and even creative industries. The business idea is not just build AI, it is teach machines to think and then apply that intelligence to everything. The reason AI is exploding is because it multiplies human capacity. It makes work faster, smarter, and scalable in ways we couldn't imagine before. And just like electricity in the 20th century, AI is set to become the foundation of almost every business in the 21st. The lesson? The most successful ideas are those that don't just improve an industry. They redefine what industries can exist at all. When we look at these business ideas, e-commerce, social media, smartphones, subscriptions, electric vehicles, digital payments, cloud computing, on-demand services, renewable energy, and artificial intelligence, we see a pattern. They all solved fundamental human needs: convenience, connection, mobility, knowledge, energy, and trust. They didn't just sell products, they changed lifestyles. And the people behind them weren't always the first to try. Amazon wasn't the first online store, Tesla wasn't the first to try electric cars, and Facebook wasn't the first social network. What made them succeed was execution, timing, and vision. The takeaway is simple: the world's most successful business ideas may seem obvious in hindsight, but they succeeded because someone dared to act boldly on them when others doubted. That is the difference between watching change and leading it. If you enjoyed this journey through the world's most successful business ideas, don't forget to subscribe to Success Loop and turn on notifications. Here, we dive deep into stories, lessons, and insights that can inspire your next big move. Share this video with someone who dreams of building something great, and remember, big businesses start as small ideas, but only those who believe enough to act make history.